Welcome, Spartan fans, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's RHSTV's Friday Night Lights coverage in this week number 3 Southwest Prairie Showdown between the visiting Tigers of Plainfield North and your very own Romeoville Spartans. In year 3 of Coach Oliver Gibson's tenure, the Spartans are looking to gain their first victory of the season after losing their first 2 weeks against Plainfield South and Oswego East. Tonight's game will not be an easy task as Plainfield North comes off of a 2016 second place finish in Class 7A, and last week they ended the long SPC winning streak of Oswego. So tonight, Coach Tim Kane and the Tigers look to move to 3-0 on the season, while your Spartans look to spoil the night of the Tigers. So sit back, enjoy, and get ready to cheer our Spartans on as myself, alongside my broadcasting partners, Mr. Wysek and Mr. Justin Lejeski, will bring you coverage from Spartan Stadium.
That was really nice, I must say.
Yeah.
That went pretty well.
I worked on that a lot today.
Man, I was just sitting here, and I'm like, man, if I was watching this, I'd be ready for this game right now.
Got to get pumped.
Yeah.
That's the introductory paragraph we're relearning in AP English right now.
That's what we call an attention grabber.
That hook.
Yeah. So, like you said, going to be a huge, tough task. However, though, last week against Oswego East, we had some bright spots there, just kind of dampened by what we call turnovers, multiple turnovers that led to about 21 to 28 points of Oswego East. I think if we can kind of eliminate the turnovers here and keep it within, a touchdown or two throughout the most of this game, I think we, the crowd will start getting into it and we got a chance here.
What I really liked last game was the fourth quarter offense that the Spartans had. The first 3 quarters, they were getting down the field, but then they drop, they have a fumble or something. But the fourth quarter, they got down the field, they got the points.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree. Again, though, today's key is, have they worked on their turnover? The ability to hold on to the ball. I know we had a couple stripped fumbles here from the running backs, and then the dumb mistakes of special teams. Picking up the ball in the end zone while kneeling. You need to know that. So here we go. Spartans are going to get the kickoff here. They're going to be going right to left. Looks like we fielded it here. Dotto got it at the 5, and he's going to bring it out to about the 20-yard line. That's where the Spartans will take control.
All right, so we'll see.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was not Dotto. That was
I think that was
that was Burge. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Cam Neely in the offense will have their first possession, and I think it's going to be extremely important for the Spartans to get off to a nice start against a very, very quality Plainfield North team. This is a team you don't want to get it behind early. So it's good, and I think we're going to have to really try to play ball control.
Yes, no fumbles in our own 10-yard line.
Let's see what he comes out throwing or running. And he comes out throwing. It's out here to Kerwin. That's a nice pickup right there. But it looks like it's going to be close to a first down.
So that's a nice start, and that's an easy completion, from Neely to Kerwin. And, it gives us, that will be a first down. So that's a nice positive start for the Spartans offense.
I remember last week they kept trying to, run the ball straight up the middle. And we just, with the amount of players we have, we might just not generate that enough push up there in the middle. So I like the whole passing option we got going.
So we are spreading out the field as Cam Neely is under duress, and he goes down for the sack.
Completely missed that block there.
Yeah, that was number 25, Shane McGrail, on the huge sack. It's going to put the Spartans in second and
put us right back to where we were. Yeah. I do like the aggressiveness we're coming out. We're just starting to throw, and I like that idea here. We've got some pretty quick people on the outside. As you saw last week, Kerwin can generate some distance between him and his corner. So let's see. I think, again, we're back into a passing situation, but.
Yeah, so we've got trips to the far side of the field. Neely. Now we got an empty back set.
See,
so
you got that one-on-one coverage here.
Bird shifts out, and that's a quick slant over to Burge, just in and out of his hands. The ball was a little bit behind him. Catchable, but a little bit behind him. And that's going to put the Spartans in third and very long.
I wanted to say this on the kickoff. Plainfield North had an interesting formation lining up next to the kicker. I saw a couple of them on their knees on where the kicker was kicking the ball from. So I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It almost looked like they were going for like an onside kick almost. They had a 3-2 kind of like formation there.
Maybe they're setting something up for somewhere down the line.
Fake punt again?
We've been thrown off before.
All right, so we got a pistol formation. Neely and Burge in the backfield.
Oh, he's open.
Neely,
I just didn't get enough time.
And he's going to go down. That is number 7, Billy Ellinghaus on the sack. So that's 4th and long.
I'll tell you what, though, what I liked about it is our wide receivers are getting distance. Like Kerwin on the outside here, who's always by himself, solo on the opposite side of the trips. As long as we can protect Cam here, we might be able to get a couple shots downfield.
Yeah, so after that strong opening first down, 2 sacks put the Spartans in punt formation, and that's Lee, and he gets hit. Oh, but they said it was blocked. So if it's blocked and you hit the kicker, that is not a penalty.
That is strange.
Otherwise, that probably would have been 15 yards, but he must have got a piece of that ball.
It did not look like he got a piece of that ball. It looked like he got all of them on the follow-through, you know?
Nonetheless, the ref saw it differently, and so Plainfield North has got great field position.
I feel like if you were to, what the blocker did, it looked like he slammed his hands down as Evan was finishing the kick. I don't think that felt good for either of them.
So this is a similar formation to what the Spartans just ran, and that is a quick pass over to Marcellus Moore, the sophomore, who's a speedster.
Yeah, you were talking about him pregame here. What were you saying about him?
Yeah, last year as a freshman, he placed both at in the 100 meters and 200 meters down at the state meet. He is one of the fastest, or last year he was one of the fastest freshmen, not only in the state of Illinois, but in the entire United States.
You know, it's funny that you bring it up that a lot of these football players, would be, great track stars, or in that case, he is a great track star. But I'm not sure if you watched a little bit of the there's a nice quick out there to number 2, Colin.
And that's going to be, I believe that's going to be a first down. So that moves the chains for the Plainfield North Tigers. So a nice start, 2 passes, 2 completions.
So what I was saying is I'm not sure if you caught the New England or Kansas City game. They got that running back, either Hunt or
Kareem
Hill,
Hunt.
whatever. But they showed his pace as a sophomore in high school compared to the 200 of the Olympics with Usain Bolt. He would have finished 7th.
that is wild.
That's crazy.
And if you had him in your fantasy league,
oh, man, they went off.
You scored lots of points.
Of course, I had Brady. Here's another out to number 2.
That is Colin Cregan again. So that's going to be about a pickup of 7. So I think one of the changes from last year to this year on Plainfield North is last year they were kind of more of a ground and pound, keep the ball, in the hands of the running backs, and as you can see right here, 3 plays, 3 passes.
No, I agree here. I mean, it's just a completely different element. I mean, what I've started to see in high school now is you got a lot more teams going to the air a lot more. Oh, here's a nice little.
So that was a counter play. That is to number 1, Joe Stiffen, on a nice run. So the Tigers are going to be just outside the 10-yard line.
But, of course, as I was saying that, high school football is starting to be a passing league here. There they go, and they just break a run there for about 15 yards.
Yeah, very much. It used to be back in the day where they used the ground game to set up the pass, the play-action pass. And now a lot of teams are using the pass to set up the run.
Definitely. And, I see a lot more of these, like, end-around fakes and all that. You put someone in motion, you do, like, 2 fakes before a throw or whatnot.
Yeah, it's just trying to keep the defense off balance.
Yeah, last week there was a lot of movement on both sides before the ball was snapped, and they're doing the same thing again. That was a run up the middle by Joe Stiffen.
Stiffen, yeah.
Well, their offense is moving quite well right now, having an average yard, I would say, about of 7 or 8 here per play. So we need to figure something out on defense here real quick with them having the ball on the 3-yard line. Yeah,
this also is going to be one of the bigger teams that we are going to face this season.
I mean, their front line is, just looks like at least 50 pounds heavier than any of our guys over there. It's going to generate a lot of push up the middle.
So even though inside the 5 they stay in that shotgun, and that is going to be a handoff to Stiffen, and that is a quick touchdown for the Tigers. So the Tigers are on the board in their opening possession, giving them a 6-0 lead over the Spartans.
You know, that first play got me so excited there. It was so smooth. I did like how we came out throwing, but, I mean, we got to be able to stop them at the same time.
Yeah, it's just, you know, not being able to protect the quarterback. You know, we got in the hole, and, you know, it's when you're 3rd and long, you don't have a play for, you know, 3rd and 25.
That's right. It's called get open. And
And the kick is wobbly, and it is no good, wide to the left. So with 7:22, the Spartans are down early, 6-0.
Noticing here, I actually live across the street from Plainfield North. Their fans actually travel pretty well. As I was getting over here, saw a whole bunch of high schoolers starting to dress up. If you haven't noticed yet, if they haven't panned to it, it is Red, White, and Blue Day, USA Day, and it looks like there's a battle amongst fans here. I can't really see our fan base from here. It looks like we filled out pretty well. But I see across over there at Plainfield North, and they're pretty decorated over there.
Yeah, that's the one of the nice things about the SPC conference is I would say for the most part, every single school travels fairly well, at least with the student population, you know, traveling the game, supporting their team. I know, like, each game there's a different theme, and I think that goes for every school in the SPC, but there's a lot of school spirit in the Southwest Prairie Conference.
I feel like Twitter and the leadership Twitter that we have and just all the people that follow it, I feel like that's what gets the themes out more publicly now. So I feel like a lot more of the away fans also are getting the access to our themes and also trying to match. The spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those beat Burge again with the return.
Picks it up at the 10.
Tries to dance down the sideline, and he's going to be brought down at about the 26, 27-yard line.
You know, one thing I kind of wish we had more of in this, I mean, if you look at all the schools in our conference, they all kind of have their own, I guess you could say, like, crosstown rivalry in some way. You know, you got the 4 Plainfields, and I'm pretty sure one of the Plainfields hates the other one more than the other 2, and it's the other way. I mean, if you take a look at the Oswego's, I mean, that game draws around 7,000, 8,000 people. I mean, it's unreal what happens.
I mean, you got the Joliets.
Yeah, and the Joliets. I mean, you only got us and Minooka who don't, but Minooka sooner or later is going to split between that South campus.
So there is an inside handoff, good for a couple of yards. That is Burge on the carry.
And also the SPC schools aren't really that far from each other. Minooka is probably the farthest away from us. And that's still, like, what, 30, 45-minute drive?
Yeah, that was when we first, you know, moved out of the conference to our old conference into the Southwest Prairie. That was one of the selling points of why we made that move, just because of the close proximity to all of the other schools. So that was a nice first down gain, just like it was on the opening possession. Oh, it looked like a kind of a broken play, but Neely
there he goes. He's going to keep
makes something, and he's going to pick up a first down.
So I was really good adapting under pressure, because as soon as that ball was snapped, there was, like, everyone was coming after him. There was,
as Chris Berman would say, he was rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
This is going to be
down to a first down.
A lot of quick outs, I feel. I mean, to stop that rush, because like you said, they're a little bit bigger than us, so they're going to definitely get to him real quick. You're going to look at a lot of slants and a lot of quick outs, I feel.
Yeah, Plainfield North has shown the ability to wreak some havoc in the backfield. Almost every single play, you know, someone is chomping at the feet of
he's
Neely.
right on him. Looks like Jay Cutler from 2 years ago, constantly hiking the ball and scrambling.
That was an interesting story to wake up to this summer.
Look at that, another quick out. I think that was the number 11. Couldn't really see it. Is that Xavier?
That is Xavier Lugo.
Oh, I'm looking at the JV roster.
Yeah, Xavier Lugo. So another nice first down completion, putting us in second and manageable, which is exactly what our offense needs to do. Pick up, you know, at least a few positive yards on first down. Now it's just continuously sustaining that.
There's a handoff up the middle with Burge, and he's going to pick up a first down. It's a nice run right up the middle, which, again, like I said last week, we were having absolutely no success up the middle, and here he is having 2 rushes for about 11 yards.
Yeah, I think we were. I think we had negative yards rushing in that first half last week against Oswego East. So showing some positive signs here.
So this is looking real nice for us. We've had about 3 solid plays. 2 first downs. I mean, one of them kind of a broken play scramble, but at the same time, it shows that when they're rushing like that, they're open in the middle for us to kind of pick up some scrap yards, I guess you could call them.
And more importantly, we're keeping the ball out of the hands of the Tiger offense. So another quick pass. That's over to number 80.
It's Timothy Rodriguez.
Yeah. So it's going to be a short gain.
But you know what? I still like it. It's it's a completion. They're kind of on the side, on the same what's the word I want to call it there? Page with each other. He had 1 man to beat, and then, he beats that guy. He picks up another 5 more yards.
Well, that's one of the things you try to do in this spread offense is you're trying to create matchups, and a lot of times in these matchups, it's your athlete versus their athlete, and you're hoping that your athlete just is able to make the play.
So Burge is in the backfield again, but it's going to be a pass. Wide open.
There you go, right to Hugo. I'm sorry. I put his first name, Xavier Lugo, and that's going to be another first down there. It looks like 2 receptions for him for about 20 yards.
Yeah, the Spartan offense is looking really good.
Exactly. I mean, to do this to the second-place team in 8A, being outnumbered with players, I mean, that's huge to your confidence. You got to think right now they're susceptible. Your game plan's working. Short, quick outs, a couple runs up the middle. I say stick with it.
Yeah, it's just trying to find that balance.
Both teams are going to have to adjust on the defense. We're getting past them with the short passes. They had our.
So Neely with the play action pass under
He's
duress,
going to Kerwin.
It's got a man deep, and that is going to be intercepted. Yeah, underthrown, and that number 23, Sean Duggan.
Got around in time to see where the ball's at. Man, I like the takedown field. I feel like you got to do it, but at the same time,
got to take your chances.
You can't underthrow, especially when Kerwin's going to be past them.
Yeah, that was just a nice play by Duncan. So that pins, that's almost that's as good as a punt,
It's 1st and 10.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, going deep and getting
as punt.
it's as good as a punt. At least you're pinning the
yes, I agree.
Plainfield North deep. Yeah,
that just
didn't sound right.
It just kills me, man. I mean, we are going so well there. So let's see if we can kind of hold them here, go to a 3 and out, get some pressure on them.
So quarterback has got a man over the middle, number 2, wide open, and he breaks a tackle. And he is going to run down the sideline in for a touchdown. And so 1 play, 1 touchdown.
96 yards.
Yeah, for the Plainfield North Tigers. So the quick strike capability. And Plainfield North jumps out to a 12-0 lead.
Well, the coverage there was kind of blown because as that quarterback turned to make that throw, our safety in the middle around the 40-yard line slipped up, and I think that right there was the coverage. At the same time, we got to make that tackle there around the 50. We got to be able to bring him down. That kid was running, though, man. He had some wheels to him.
So the kicker missed the first field goal, and now they're lining up for this one.
That one is
right
right
I was
down
about
the
to
middle.
Say that was wide, but Nick Wood puts it through.
The ball came off his foot a lot better that time.
Yeah, the first one was a little wobbly off to the left, but right down the middle. So Plainfield North 13, Spartans 0 with 3:32 left in the opening quarter.
I'm starting to think a little bit of a success here for us. We need to keep slowing this down. Like that drive we had was taking about 5-6 minutes. And you know what? When you start taking time off the clock, that kind of keeps their offense off the field for us.
Yeah, one of the things is, this has been a relatively quick first quarter. Both teams have, kind of kept the chains moving, used the short passing game. Obviously, Plainfield North, deep pass there, but
it worked. You got that man open.
All right, well, let's see what we can do here. It looked like Gibson was trying to fire him up here.
There's
trying to
kneeling on the.
There's that weird formation. Now they got stacks of 3.
So Plainfield North kicks it deep. And that's going to be number 2. That's
Adado.
Anthony Adado on the return out to about the 24-yard line. So the Spartans will have their 3rd possession.
Pizza
Mr.
delivery.
Randich, the man here, bringing the pizza delivery. Is that how he treats us? He yells at us? No, Mr. Randich, as always, does a great job getting the kids out here. Everything you see is pretty much ran and televised by the kids.
Yep.
And it's all credit to him and to RPTV. They do a great job out here.
Yep, I took that class freshman year, and you have to go to one of these events, either football or basketball, and take the cameras out, set them up, film the game, take them back down, pack them back in the truck, and that's how you get your credit for the class.
At the 26-yard line, 2nd and 8.
Gotcha. So another positive run, though. A complete flip from last week when all we were doing was going backwards, it seemed like. So even though it's only 2 yards, I think that's a pretty positive thing to have.
Now, go ahead.
We got these 3 wideouts. It looks like a tight end. Another handoff here to Anthony Berg. And he's going to pick up a decent amount of yards. So we're, again, like you were saying, Ralstep, 3rd and manageable here. We got 3rd and 4, which opens up the playbook for a lot of plays.
Yeah, you've got the option to run if you want, or, we've had some success with those quick passes. My guess is probably going to see something along those lines here. But that's what we need. We need those 3rd and manageable. When we're, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 20, that's tough.
So they are going to go with the pass here.
He had some time there. That looks
There's a
maybe-
penalty. Usually that's in the area of holding.
Yeah.
We'll see that fell incomplete, so we'll see what the flag is.
You know what I kind of want to see Cam do here one time is I want him to roll out the other way. I know that's incredibly challenging for the quarterback to throw across his body like that, but I feel that all the rush is pushing him to his right side. I wonder if he would roll the other way if he'd have a little bit more room or some room to run.
Hold on the offense.
Yeah, and he's a right-handed quarterback, so typically, that's your comfort zone. But that was a penalty against the Spartans.
Was declined. So
it was declined, so that's going to be So that's going to be Lee back out to punt. He was under some pressure last time.
Lockers did a much better job that time.
Oh, it rolls through the legs.
Or touched.
We'll see if he touched it. Yeah, that was.
I think his friend wasn't quite sure.
He's like, I'm sure the coaches are like, jump on the ball, jump on the ball, jump on the ball.
They were able to jump on the ball, however, so will be a Plainfield North possession.
So not really the best looking punt, but effective nonetheless there. So it looks like Plainfield's going to take over here at around the 30-yard line.
I think that was that rugby-style kick.
It was, yeah. So this is going to be the 3rd possession for the Tigers with 2:05 remaining in the first quarter. They're up 13-0 over the Spartans. So we'll see what the Tigers do on offense. We'll see what the Spartans dial up on the defensive side. And we have the Sousaphones over in the northeast corner, circling around each other. Not something you see every day.
While the sousaphone laps are going on, we had a run by the quarterback, I believe, or was he? But it took 4 guys to bring him down, and they still got the first down.
Plays good for 14 yards and a Plainfield North first down at the 44-yard line.
I'll be back after I'm eating here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got the pizza on the
We're
booth, so if we go
turning it
quiet-
over to Mr. Wysick. Mr. Wysick, what do you think on that?
Was the sauce any good?
All right, so a 3 wide receiver set. It's kind of been atypical. We got a man in motion. That's Moore going to the wide side of the field, and they're going to quick pass over to Moore, try to get him in space. He's the guy with lots and lots of speed, and he is going to be wrestled down after a huge gain.
That play was all set up actually by Colin. Well, it's Cregan there. He did a great block there to keep that open on the outside for him to pick up that 15 yards.
Yeah, there is definitely a lot of good blocking going on by the Tigers, as most of their receivers are wide open.
Yeah, that's usually one of the things that turns a small play into a big gain is it's not only just the lineman blocking, but you've got your wide receivers that are also contributing blocking as well. And these sousaphones are just going crazy. So there's a quick completion, and that's number 5 makes a move, and he's going to pick up nice yardage once again, giving the Tigers another first down.
Pass complete to number 5.
I feel like this is some kind of punishment for the middle schoolers because it is the band night tonight, and both middle school bands came here to perform with the high school band.
Yeah, now, if you saw the national anthem, our band is big. We got a lot of people, but today, as Justin mentioned, yeah, we both had Lukanzik and AVM bands. Now, are they performing together at halftime?
I believe that's what they're supposed to do. Both my band nights were rained out when I was in middle school, so I never got to experience it. I learned the cadence, though. I can play that.
Do you think it was purposefully done?
I don't have control
All
over
right,
the weather.
they're checking the weather and be like, oh, it's going to rain. Wow, we'll have the band night that night.
Yeah, Justin's on the drums. We don't want them playing.
Great tackle.
So that's Zach Nadel on the carry. And that is Richard McKinney on the very nice tackle. And the last few seconds are winding down. Doesn't look like Plainfield North is going to try to get a playoff before the quarter runs out. And they are content with a 13-0 lead going into the second quarter.
Last game, there was a lot of stopping the clock involved towards the end of the second quarter, and that's my mom texted me during the game. She's like, how long is this quarter going to last? Because it was a very long second quarter.
Well, what actually happened last week is there was a flag, it seemed like, every third play. So, I mean, that makes the clock just drag.
Yeah, and outside of, one penalty in that first quarter?
Yeah, the holding
on the Spartans. Yeah. It's been a very fast-moving, both teams, even through the short, passing game, completed the passes, that keeps the clock moving.
So for the second quarter, 13-0. However, though, I know Plainfield's kind of on the drive again, but 13-0 could be worse if you ask me. I mean, if our offense wasn't clicking at all, I mean, right now I'd say possession's probably somewhere around 7 minutes Plainfield North, 5 for us, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what might have happened on that last drive? We were moving the ball, Just one of those unfortunate things. But Plainfield North is knocking on the door once again.
We just got to find a way to put pressure on their quarterback, to be honest. I mean, he's getting too much time, and he's finding all these open wide receivers here. So
yeah, I don't care how good of coverage your corners and safeties have. They can't cover a person forever.
And another thing is that they keep handing the ball off to the track star, but not this time.
So that's a quick pitch out, and that's going to be very close to a touchdown. And the refs do call it a touchdown. And that is number 5, Zach Nadel, the senior running back, with a touchdown.
That was another just quick play that got the Tigers down the field quickly. To say it again.
Absolutely, and they're definitely trying to attack the corners of our defense.
We just have no answer right now for their offense. It's running on all cylinders. I mean, every play, like we were saying, -1 was longer than 5-6 yards.
So that kick is up, and it
Watch
looks
out,
good. And so that gives a Plainfield North a 20-0 advantage over the Spartans.
I know last week we were talking about, me and Mr. Weiss, we were talking about trying to find the balls back there when they go back there. Now there's a million people sitting back there, so someone's going home with a souvenir.
Oh, man. So.
Or is it like the NFL where you can't keep the ball if you get it?
I don't think you can keep the ball.
I'm going to say no.
Because as you just saw right there, the Plainfield North guy just jogged over there to grab it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
most high schools don't have the funds that an NFL team might have,
They also do not exchange jerseys after the game.
That is true.
Not
I like that. That is a nice thing.
I agree. I do. But, I mean,
That
not
would
on a
be
high school
very
level.
costly.
Yeah.
It would be very costly.
Football is, Illinois' sport to go to, but yeah, it's not bringing in that much revenue.
So we've got Nick Wood on the kick.
Oh, there's that onside kick.
It's a little squib kick.
And we're going.
And that is number 6 on the return. Has a nice move. Picks up some yardage before he's brought down. That is Martin Zillinger.
All right, so we got decent field position here, which, again, if we can keep our offense moving like we were, I mean, it's not that long of a field to travel. So let's see. Hey, did you see that? That was a nice catch by the ref there. If you watched it last broadcast, they could not catch a ball from anyone. So give props and shout-outs to the refs here.
Must have been the soccer refs.
It must have been. Speaking of soccer, we do have a
knew-
game
I knew
tomorrow.
that was gonna happen.
Plainfield South, of course. Cross country, both teams are in action as well. Here's another quick out. Oof.
Ooh, receiver wasn't looking yet.
Looks like you think he's intentionally doing back shoulder throws here, or is he just behind it?
It's tough to say. I mean,
'Cause that's a
sometimes
challenging thing.
sometimes those are intentionally done just because, especially if the corner, the defender, has got his back to back to the quarterback. Sometimes those behind the shoulder passes are a little bit easier for the receiver to catch.
So no yards gained, obviously, on an incomplete pass. So I don't know if they're going to – they have Burge in the backfield. See what they do.
And that is going to be a Neely on the keeper, and he is hit pretty hard and brought down for a short gain.
So that's going to hurdles.
Yeah, that's going to give the Spartans about a 3rd and 8.
I like the idea. That's what they were running against Oswego East. That worked a couple times last week.
Yeah,
I'd
they
say.
had some success with that.
I'm pretty sure they would go with the pass on this one because they did set themselves up with a 3rd and long, but you never know. No one is in the backfield yet.
I'd go to Xavier here. He had a couple nice routes and passes the last time. This guy's coming in
empty backfield
untouched.
set, and that's Neely just getting the ball away.
Yeah, number 10, Nate Curtis just came through completely untouched.
It was a blitz by Plainfield North,
don't care
perfectly timed.
what team you are. If your quarterback hikes the ball and has to start running, he's got no time to survey the field to find any wide open players. So protection is definitely a key here we need to work on.
There was a flag thrown on the play. I don't know what the referees are going to call that one.
We're having a little conversation here in the middle. Our kicking team is on the field, so I'm assuming we're thinking it's on us. Well, now they brought a third official in.
So while we wait for this discussion, we had open house last night. How did that go for you guys as teachers?
I like open house. Bringing parents in, showing them what their kids are going to be learning in your class. I feel it's actually pretty nice. It's a big difference here for besides parent-teacher conferences, where it's a completely different vibe sometimes.
Sure.
I mean, it's nice to bring parents in so they know exactly what their kids will be learning.
Yeah, and that was an illegal man downfield.
So the penalty will be declined.
It was declined, so that's going to give the Spartans at a 4th and 8 and bring Lee on for the punt. But, yeah, I mean, the open house is great. Get a chance to meet the parents and, get to talk with them. And that's Lee under duress, and that goes off the side of his foot, and that's going to be an extremely short punt, giving Plainfield North great field possession.
And for that open house, I was the only person to show up, or my mom was the only person to show up for my anatomy classes open house. So it was basically a parent-teacher conference already. So I liked hearing those notes tonight.
So,
no, we'll see.
Sometimes it works out that way.
Plainfield North will start their drive at the Spartan 40.
But we like it when the parents come because, we're there and we're hoping that parents show up, and it's nice to put a face to names. And
Well, my mom and I look exactly alike, so it's not hard to.
So quarterback got
Long
plenty of time.
pass.
He's got a wide receiver downfield, and that's more for the one-play touchdown.
Wow, what a throw, and just right in stride, double coverage.
So that's Miller to Moore, and in one play,
they cover 42 yards.
That is twice now.
Yep.
And one of the things that helped is Miller had a, was not under pressure at all.
No,
so
he
could
got to step
stand
into his
back
throw
there
and he launched it.
And he put it right on the money. So I don't think there's, Plainfield North, as we talked about earlier, they had a huge victory against Oswego last week, and they look as sharp as ever.
Almost looks like they didn't even miss anybody. Like the team came back just as strong, if not stronger.
What's kind of amazing is Plainfield North. Even though they ended up second in state in 7A, losing to East St. Louis, they were third in conference.
It just shows you how competitive our conference is. And
they were third. They were behind Oswego and Oswego East.
Yep. And right now, I mean, they've gotten Plainfield, they got Oswego out of the way. Really, their next competitors look like, Oswego East, which, as we mentioned last week, I mean, they looked good, but they lost their star running back. And then possibly Minooka. I mean, Minooka kind of had the easier schedule as of right now, so we'll see in a couple weeks here what their team actually looks like. And you know what we saw that we didn't mention? You were talking about how Joliet West might be like a sleeper team, and they were losing to Plainfield South, who I thought was doing pretty well. They actually came back to beat Plainfield South 19-18. Wow. So, I mean, our conference is pretty competitive.
Kids.
Yeah. So last time they did this kind of swiv kick, onside kick style, and here they are again doing that bunch formation.
Yeah, the squib kick.
He's going to do it again. Oh, boy. Oh,
and
boy.
There's going to be a scramble for a ball. Plainfield North thinks they have it. We haven't seen an official.
Yeah.
And it is Plainfield North's ball. So on the onside kick.
The kicker ended up with the ball.
Yeah, Plainfield North recovers. And so the offense. The offense will come right back onto the field for the Tigers.
That was just.
It looked like it took him by surprise.
It
hit him right in the chest with some pace.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, boy.
Well, that's the thing, too, is like, this sounds kind of bad. You kind of target somebody, and you're like, that's the person we're going to kick it right at and just see, if we can make a play.
That's tipped up in the air.
Oh,
swatted.
Could have been intercepted, but it was tipped and then knocked down once again by number 8, Sir Mohammed. I didn't see who was on the tip, if that was
I did not see it either.
If that was Caceres.
So that was
tipped
the
initially,
yeah.
Initially by Caceres.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then.
So they don't get.
De Hoyos.
One.
Sorry.
That's what I thought. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
They don't get another.
I was reading the wrong number.
These numbers, I tell you, they play with you.
Especially once they start getting later into the game and they're rolled up and grass stained.
So double twins formation. We've got a motion to the near side of the field.
Here's some pressure on the quarterback.
There's Miller steps up, and he's going to scramble.
That's a nice tackle right there.
Brought down by number 8, Sir Mohammed.
That's 2 great plays in a row by him. So here we go, third down. Third down and 5. However, though, after, getting kind of knocked down by the onside kick here, putting him into third down, which I don't think we've had him in yet. So let's see what we can do here.
We may have had him in third down, but we definitely haven't had him in fourth down yet.
So double twins formation. Miller in the shotgun, and they're going to hand the ball off to number 1. He finds some room, picks up huge gain before he is brought down, and that gives the Tigers a first down at the 20.
What I liked what he did there is he had patience. He got it, and he let the whole play develop in front of him. He let his blocks get set, and that's what opened up the outside for him.
24, 1st and 10.
So maybe throwing the Spartans a little bit off. It was third and long, you might think a pass play, and they decide to go on the ground and pick up a huge gain.
They got speed back there, so they have lots of options for their third down.
And it's not just speed. They've got some build to them,
Yeah,
too.
that's
So when,
the other thing.
when you're going that fast and you got that much muscle and weight behind it, it's kind of hard to bring down. Looks like it's
looks like
timeout.
it's going to be a timeout by Tim Kaine and the Tigers. So with 9:24, that's going to be their first timeout of the half, and North is up 27-0 over the Spartans.
What are you telling your team right now if you're Gibson out there?
Stop them.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Break. Spartans on 3.
I think a lot of it was just got to be in the right position. You know, we've been a little bit out of position on some of the plays. You know, unfortunately, we haven't got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and a lot of it starts there. If you can get some pressure on the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable, that gives you more opportunities for your linebackers and your DBs to make some plays. And you know, right now it's been a pretty clean pocket for Miller.
And I think Gibson said a little more than stop them, because that was a long huddle by the Spartans. That was probably the main idea.
It all could have been summed up with those 2 words, stop them.
So movement in the backfield yet again.
And then it's going to be a quick pick.
There's a fumble, but man, what luck is that it just hops right back in your
It kind of looked like he was playing rugby and throwing the ball down and catching it right back.
when everything's going your way, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so what could have been a misstep for the Tigers, you know, the ball just bounces perfectly right back to the running back, and
You couldn't do that again.
they
if you
ended up
tried.
picking up a few yards on the play.
If you told him to fumble the ball on purpose at full sprint and have it bounce right back in his arms, there's no way. Man, that popcorn looks good. I've got an eating problem lately. Let me tell you, man. Like, I had Chipotle. I just had a whole bunch of pizza.
Oh, do you want to
my
talk about
gosh.
Chipotle again?
Oh, man, I love Chipotle. I met somebody today that has not had Chipotle yet.
So that is Stiffen on the carry, and he is going to be very close to a first down. Looks to be about 3rd and 1.
Going to Chipotle is very hard because neither of my parents like it, and I don't get my license till March.
Oh,
I would run there.
I would.
It's that good.
I would.
It is that
I
good.
would
You
run
burn
there.
off all the food that you eat. Well, no.
Chipotle's not that unhealthy.
Well, the stuff I get is white rice, double white rice, double black beans.
Hey, change it to brown rice. You're good now.
Nah, it's just not the same.
I did it once, and I never went back. So here we got 2 wide receivers to the outside here near
So
side.
8 minutes in.
And that is had to be a hard count to get the first down there. 2 guys jumped off sides.
And that will pick up the first down.
Put them 1st and goal.
I think the refs are talking just to make sure that they saw it right, and that is going to be an offsides against the Spartans, giving the Tigers a first down.
Be a 5-yard penalty down to the 7. 1st and goal.
Never
So
seen
that's
a
gonna-
hard count before in high school.
Not too often. You see that a lot more at the NFL.
Uh-huh.
Not even so much in college.
So that was interesting. I'm not sure if it was on purpose, but I mean, normally you don't really see people take their time with a hike. I mean, that literally looked like he did a hard count and then hiked the ball.
So
There's
that's
a
going to
handoff
be.
and they trip up each other.
So nice tackle by the quarterback.
Number 1, Joe Stipend tripped up in the backfield.
So here we go, 2nd and goal from it looks like the 8-yard line, 9-yard line. Can't tell. Somebody help me out here.
I think it's at the 8.5.
No, that sounds good.
The
The
8.5.
scoreboard says 8, so I'm going with 8. We can place money on it, but I don't know if that's legal in the school.
Yeah, they probably kind of frown upon
Yeah, I
that.
don't think they like that.
Looks like, this is
I-
is this the pistol formation here?
Well, this is more of a,
Offset eye?
offset power eye,
There
I
you
believe
go.
they call it.
So now we're going to have 3rd and goal from the 3. I feel like the way, it's after that, first extra point where he missed, I mean, is this 4-down territory? Do they have confidence, or are they just definitely going to go, we're up by 27. If we don't make it this round, we're definitely going to go again the next one.
I would imagine that this is, if Plainfield North doesn't make it here, that they'll probably
At this point,
Go.
take the field.
Yeah, so they're shifting from a power eye left to a power eye right. Give Stiffen
And
the
what
ball,
a
and
tackle.
a
There
nice
you go.
job. Beautiful job by the
That's
defense.
Kerwin, I believe.
Number 1, the carry goes to Stevens, brought down by number 5.
Number
Yeah,
5,
no,
yeah. That's
It
Fabian
looked like a 7, man.
Mariscal.
Ball spotted at
I
the
know we have a
3-yard
lot of
line.
players that
4th
both play
and
both
goal.
offense and defense. So here you go. There's the situation. 4th and 3. Little victory right here if we can stop them.
Hey, this would be a huge, huge play. So they're staying in that power formation, giving Stiffen the run, and he is going to be tackled into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, if we stopped him
1,
right
go
there,
second.
last week we, I don't know, I think he grabbed the ball, but his knee was down on like the 3 or 4 yard line, and that put us right back into a safety. We had to give the ball right back.
Yeah, in high school, I guess, when you have the ball, if your knee touches the ground, the play is automatically dead. Can you confirm that? Once your knee hits the ground?
Yes. So 33-0 with 5:46 remaining. We've got number 8, Nick Wood, on for the extra point attempt.
Good
And the
snap
kick is
there.
underway, and it looks wide left. So that
Point
falls
is no good. And with 5:46
no good.
remaining,
So is
that
Plainfield
3 for
North
5 for the
leads
kicker
Romeoville
tonight?
That is 3 for
33-0.
5, yeah. So they've had 5 possessions tonight and 5 touchdowns.
Those flag carriers over there, not getting tired holding those flags. Like you said, man, a lot of school spirit at all these schools. Wonder if that's a privilege over there to do. Think they're fighting to do that?
I don't
Like,
know.
I wanna carry
I
the
think
flag
that would
next
be
touchdown.
kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like whoever has the biggest car throws all that stuff back there, and they get to pick who gets the flags.
You know, speaking of that, man, I've noticed a couple of high schools, some of the kids get to the games early and they actually tailgate. Like they bring mini grills and everything, which I was crazy surprised to see. I did not know that happened at high school games.
I wonder if that's more of a recent phenomenon.
You ask me, I don't even know how to really do, and this, take my man card away if you need to. I don't know how to do a charcoal grill, really.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when it's
Well,
ready to
you
go.
can still
I
get
know-
a little small propane one.
I know, but I
actually?
can do all that, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about like charcoal.
Oh, speaking of, how was that nice smoked brisket last week?
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
The
Yeah.
Labor
Just
Day
finished
weekend
all
barbecue.
my leftovers.
Hey, I was
today
going to
for
say,
lunch.
thanks for bringing some in.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, it
He
was all
hyped
gone
it
last
up,
Friday.
and then,
oh man,
you
it did.
know.
We smoked it from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon.
Nice.
It was delicious.
So kick underway and bobbled, but picked up by number 2. That's Adado. And he's going to return it out to
20.
just short of the 30.
I think Sir Muhammad just wanted to slow it up a little bit for him. That's what he did. Right after he, hit it, he's like, "All right, you got it, Adado. There you go."
Didn't want it to hit the chest and come off.
You go, another catch by the ref there. I'm telling you, I'm liking this crew. We've only had a couple flags. They're catching the balls when thrown to. I mean, this crew on it today.
And when there have been flags, they've really been coming together and making sure that they all saw the same thing.
So Romeoville with their 5th possession in the first half. That is Neely, and he is going to hand the ball off to Burge.
And a
Burge
nice
with a
haul up the
nice
middle.
carry. First down carry, pick of about 15 yards. So another nice play on first down. That's kind of been our best
Down?
down
Yeah.
for sure. Picked up some nice yardage on first downs.
I kind of want to see him go back. I was trying to think. I wonder if fatigue is becoming to play a factor because we stopped kind of doing our little quick outs, our slants, and all that as well.
And that is looks like Burge again on the carry. That's going to be a very short gain.
I'd like to see him go back to the air a little bit, or maybe
Burge on the
at this
carry,
point
brought down by
take
number
another
9.
shot downfield.
Devontae
You know?
Davis.
Yeah.
I can see that. You do have some
Gain
speed.
of 1 on the
Kerwin's
play.
pretty fast off
He
the
is.
line.
44-yard line.
We don't have our guy next to us who usually keeps our stats for us. Kind of be curious on how many. I mean, like
Yeah,
our
I don't
stat
know.
line wouldn't be that bad looking. I don't think we've had a couple plays and a couple of possessions here that were in the positive yards.
So there's another, that's a quick pass out to number 8, Sir Mohammed. Picks up some nice yardage, and that's going to be 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 1, 1.5.
It's called 2. Because it looks like that that marker over there is in between the other one. Never mind. Let's call it a half yard. How about that?
There we go. But if it's not on the scoreboard, is it really a half? I don't know.
Stats don't lie.
Justin over here, stickler.
They don't have that. They don't have a light that says inches on the
3rd and 1 for the Spartans at the 48-yard
scoreboard.
line.
Not in the fund. Not in the budget. Not in the budget this year.
You can just have somebody with a big paper sign stand under it.
And there you go.
So
nice
Burge
hole,
on the
and there we
carry,
go.
and that's going to pick up a 1st down for the Spartans. So we cross.
Into Tiger territory here for the second time tonight. But this drive's looking pretty nice right here. I mean, you've had 4 positive yard plays, couple throws, couple of runs.
Absolutely.
Time is trickling down, though. It's almost 3:38 left in this quarter.
I'm okay with them taking their time on this drive here, to be honest with you. Time management for us, I mean, oh boy.
Going deep and no receiver in the area.
Call that intentional grounding or not?
I think that's where the route was supposed to go. They just didn't give them enough time to get there.
Cam Neely's pass is incomplete over the middle.
But once again, Neely was under duress.
Thankfully, that wasn't picked off.
Gives the Spartans a 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So 3:27, 33-0.
You know what? The
Tiger
scoreboard is
lead.
lying. Oh, there we go. They fixed it.
What?
So
was
2nd
lying
down, Neely in the shotgun. That's a quick pass, and that's over to Rodriguez, who's going to lose a couple of yards, giving the
Timmy Rodriguez behind the line of scrimmage.
that's going to put us at 3rd and 13.
Be 2nd and 13 at the 47-yard line.
So I wonder, did they go on the ground last time we had a 3rd and long, or did they go for the air? I don't remember.
I think it was supposed to go into the air,
It'll be 3rd
Okay.
and 13.
but
47-yard
we had to
line.
scramble, so it looked like it was on the ground.
So I would say, no, I don't know what I'd say here. It's kind of,
You pass. I feel like you got to go to the air here.
it's just the pressure that Neely's been on these past couple of drives. He hasn't had much time to get off a good pass. But
So
then
we've
again,
got
a running back.
We've got a trips formation, and Neely rolls to the right, once again under duress, and he goes down for the sack. And so the offensive line is having a hard time with the Plainfield North defensive line.
I say, why not bring another? Why don't you bring Adato and Burge back there as protection?
Kind of go max
You
protect.
know, exactly, and only put 2 wide receivers out there, see what they can do. I mean, it's scrambling anyways, So if he has to scramble with all the max protection, there's that rugby-style kick.
So there's Lee. That's going to be kicks it out of bounds, and the ref is going to mark it at the 30.
The Spartan punt goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, Tigers.
All right, so just under 2 minutes remaining, and Plainfield North has the ball, and they've shown the ability to score and score quickly.
Definitely, they've had 2 drives of 1 play.
Yeah, it'll give them the opportunity to run their 2-minute offense to see what they can do, and let's see what the Spartan defense can do to counteract it.
I believe the runs that were right off the first possession, the first play of the drive, were 97 and 42.
All right.
That's nice for the stats. So there's a blitz by the Tiger defense, and it's a shuffle pass over to number 1. He picks up some room, makes a play, marching down the sideline, and he is going to score. That is a nice play. Nice play by that running back. So 1 play, 1 touchdown. And a lot of that was
all him.
the running back.
Yeah.
He just made a
made
lot of really,
2
really good
people
plays.
miss, and then he just kicked out. He went into another gear there and just completely outran our team.
So that I didn't get the yardage on that one. So but the stat machine failed.
That's
That was from
somewhere
the 30.
in the
That was
neighborhood.
70
Yeah, that
yards.
was 70 yards. Yeah, it was at the 30.
Okay.
So a 70-yard scamper
Save that real quick.
by Stiffen.
So this will bring out the kicker, who's hasn't had the best night, but he's made a majority of them.
And so that
That's
kick is up and good. And so that gives Plainfield North a 40-0 lead over the Spartans with 1:45 left in the first half.
So the last game, I think the final score was 42-19.
19.
And the Spartans' defense has really been struggling to contain these Tigers, so they get 40 points and the first half isn't over yet.
Well,
Now
I will say this. Plainfield North
They're
is
pretty
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's just-
I'm not
good.
trying to bash the Spartans defense
No,
in any means.
they're just good.
That's like, again,
That
3
ga-
plays off the first drive.
They're good.
That
First
kid's
play.
run, number 1 over there, Joe stiffened. That speed that I just saw the last 30 yards he ran, I mean, just outpaced everyone.
That
It's
was
a
a
whole
play
nother
that
level.
we saw last year that Jordan Nettles would make.
Yeah.
And speaking of running backs who were good at track, there's another one. Jordan Nettles
Yeah.
is also in the track program. So I don't know if they're going to do another onside kick. Oh, the ball falls off.
All right, so
Looks like they got a
have
new
to
kicker in, too.
yeah, they do.
This isn't Nick anymore.
So
I
this
think
is
it's
number
Nick.
19, Eben Haney.
So I don't know. In golf, I don't know if you count that as a stroke or not, but they are reteaming the ball here.
They get a mulligan on that one.
We'll let it slide.
So that's out of bounds, which will
Give the Spartans
draw
good
the
field position.
penalty. And, yeah, the Spartans will be, is it at the 40, I
I think it's
believe?
the 40, unless they change it to the 45, but I think it's at the 40. Let's see if this ref can get a catch in here. He's calling for it at the 30.
No throw from
Nope,
the
no
other.
throw. Still waiting. Here it is. The toss on
Nice-
point, I tell
nice
you.
catch.
Another
Man.
completion. Oh, here comes the Spartans ball, because, you know.
Each team supplies their own ball. Okay,
Yep.
so it goes to the 35.
So we 35, yeah.
So if this was the price
None of
is
what
right,
we said.
neither of you guys would have won.
No, we'd be
Yeah.
over.
$1, $1.
Yep, I said the 1 yard line.
Yeah, so
It's very
you would
quietly
have
to
won.
myself. So
You would have been in the
I get the
showcase
treadmill.
showdown.
I get the treadmill.
Spinning the wheel, buddy.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans, 1:45 remaining. And they put it on the ground to Burge. Picks up, once again, some nice yards. Going to put the Spartans at 2nd and 4.
Running game's actually been working. Let's I was a big fan of the passing, especially the way we came out, but now I'm like, let's just run it. That or get max protection. Just get 2 running backs, get back there, get a Dotto, get Burge. They both got some good size. They should be able to pick up, or double team somebody. Give Cam Neely some time here.
1:15 left on the
So
clock.
we got man in motion, quick pass over to Rodriguez, and he is quickly brought down, picks up a couple of yards, and that's going to put the Spartan offense at 3rd and 1 with 63 seconds remaining.
To the 44-yard line, 3rd and 1, Spartans.
So I'm wondering if the Spartans are going to use their timeouts.
They still do have all 3 of their timeouts.
I was going to say both teams have all 3 of their timeouts, but that would be incorrect, as Plainfield North only has 2.
That was so funny how you said that.
I'm just a funny guy.
You got that dry humor kind of
Yeah.
thing where you say funny things, but you don't laugh at it really. Like Mighty Python kind of style there.
And the funny thing is, I've never seen a Monty Python.
Oh my God. You're like my fiance who's never seen it. I actually forced her to sit down and watch it. She hated it. Quest for the
Yeah.
Holy Grail.
I think it's one of those things. Either you love Monty Python or you hate Monty
It's
Python.
kind of like one of those, what is it, Napoleon Dynamite? It's fun to quote sometimes more
Yeah.
than to watch.
Oh, I love that movie. I have seen that movie.
Of course you have.
So the Spartans, with 10 seconds remaining, take a timeout when it's 4th and 2. 4th and 2. So we'll see what they try to do here. They try to go deep to put it in the end zone.
I mean, you got 10 seconds left. I'd run a Hail Mary.
Yeah. Or you do have an opportunity if you could get an out route of about 10, 15 yards. that will put you at least, that it should give you a couple seconds remaining where you do have a shot to, go into the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking right now at a 65-yard
Yeah.
throw and get it in there.
I mean, that would be very impressive.
I mean,
for any high school quarterback to put it in the end zone from that distance.
The wind is blowing, favoring our quarterback. I'm trying to see the flags on
But I think favorably
Yeah.
it'd be good to, if you could pick up 10, 15 yards and give yourself a little legitimate shot to throw it into the end zone.
I like how you're trying to be all realistic here, and him and I were like, throw it long, 65 yards.
Yeah.
We got the wind, everything going.
So we'll see what the Spartan offense dials up.
He's got to get enough time to throw it. That's the key right there.
That
Can
is
we
also
protect
important.
him enough to throw the ball?
So Neely looks back to pass, and he is under duress, and he goes down. And that clock is going to stop with 5 seconds. I believe that was 4th down, which is going to give Plainfield North
One
5
shot
seconds.
here, yeah. In
So
some
they
pretty good field
are
position.
in a favorable field
Here's
position.
your Hail Mary right here that you
and,
wanted.
Plainfield North will have, or could have, one opportunity to put it in the end zone. We'll see
They have
what,
done it before.
what the offense decides to do. They just take a knee and go into the half, or they try to put some more points on the board.
I cannot get over how well these refs are catching these balls. I mean,
It's an experienced crew.
I'm telling you,
You got your
is
money's
just.
worth.
Hey, that is right. I mean, that main referee there almost did a diving catch. It was that low. It was pretty nice.
I wish I could say I've done one of those.
So Plainfield North does take a knee, and that will end the first half as Plainfield North has a 40-0 lead over the Spartans.
So, halftime now.
Yeah, and enjoy the band here with our middle school from Lukanzik and AVM. Should be putting on a good show. I know Adam Hill and Mr. Anderson put a great show on. So go ahead, sit back, enjoy the next 15 minutes. I believe our cheerleaders and pounds will also perform.
Yep. Grab a drink.
All right, let's hear it for those cheerleaders and those cheerleader campers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Romeoville High School's marching band, drumline, and color guard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Known as the tallest man in the world, it is acceptable to stare as our talents deserve a glare. And me and my friends are used to the unkind and unfair. Join us in our tale of Sideshow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to draw our 50-50 raffle winners as well as our raffle basket winners. So if you purchased either a blue or white...
Welcome back to second half action as we are about to get underway as Plainfield North has a huge 40-0 advantage over the Romeoville Spartans. So for Plainfield North, they're probably, you would imagine that over the course of the second half, they're probably going to work in some of their backups to give them some playing time. The thing is, you never know when you might need a backup if an injury comes down, so it gives the Tigers the ability to play some players that might not normally play. But before we get underway, there's some scores in area action. Oswego and Joliet West. Oswego has a 6-0 advantage over Joliet West. Plainfield South and Plainfield Central is very tight as Plainfield South has a 7-6 lead over Plainfield Central. I'll tell you about Plainfield Central. They won last week, breaking their long losing streak, but they have been in every single game.
What did you say that score was again?
They're down 7-6 against Plainfield South, and in week 1 they played Plainfield North, and they lost 21-7. So they hung in with Plainfield North. So Plainfield North will get the opening possession
at the 20-yard line here. Let's see if they have any changes, or let's see if number 12, Bradley Miller, is still at the quarterback.
So in that first half, Plainfield North just in that second quarter, scored 27 points, to really open it up against the Spartans. The Spartans held them tough. There was 13-0 at the end of the first, but, man, 27 points on the board in the second. A lot of those were off of one play. And so that's number 2 on the carry. He's going to pick up around 7 to 8 yards. That's Colin Cregan.
They did put in another quarterback here, so it looks like Brady Miller's day is done for here. And now we got Greg, I want to say it's Budig or Budig, is now going to be taking over. Wide receivers and the running backs still look the same, though, so we'll see if they're going to, finish this whole quarter off here. Yeah, that definitely looked like a false start on number 78 or number 9.
Yeah.
Can't tell with the jersey.
Another area action, Oswego East is all over Joliet Central, 35-0. Joliet Catholics got a 14-7 lead over St. Patrick. And Bolingbrook opens up a 20-0 lead over Sandburg.
So now, even though Bolingbrook is our district, in our school district, we don't actually have them in our conference. And
no,
I think that's student population based.
Yeah, they're in a much bigger conference in terms of schools that are relative size to what they are.
St. Charles and Downers Grove and all them in there. And here's that number 2. Look at the moves. It's just, and he's just powering over the 2 Spartans there.
Yeah, he picks up a first down. So with Plainfield North having a 40-0 lead, so in the second half, it is going to be a running clock. So when you see the clock, it's not going to stop very often over the course of the second half.
Is that a rule in the high school?
It's a rule in Illinois high school once you are up by 40 points in the second half, then the clock doesn't stop unless there isn't like an injury timeout or if there's a touchdown in the change of possession.
Doesn't really give much time for a comeback, does it?
No, it doesn't.
We don't need time.
Don't call it a comeback, guys. Don't call it a comeback. Call it we had it right where we wanted them.
Just lure them right into our trap.
Right when Plainfield North feels comfortable.
Pounce. Oh, wait, no, they do that. Never mind.
So in a Twins formation, quarterback back to pass, gets swing pass over to number 3. It's going to pick up maybe a yard.
Something else, we were noticing this last week too. When they go for the tackle, they really go for that ball.
Yeah,
I
we
saw
always
it
ripped
very
it loose
clearly
there.
right there.
So this is going to be 3rd and 5.
You're going to see a lot of those short plays, I feel like, from Plainfield North. They're just going to slowly just try to tire down our defense here. I don't think we'll see much long passes or anything like that. It's either going to be runs or short wide outs here.
So we got man in motion, running a little counter play off tackle, and that is going to be enough for a first down for the Tigers. So on 3rd and 5, they pick up 6.
I think the key here, I mean, granted, I don't think they're going to be passing that much anymore, but we've got to get some type of penetration through their front line to get, either a tackle in the backfield or just some type of pressure on their quarterback. I mean, this is their backup quarterback. I feel like if you put any type of pressure on him, he may cause some sort of mistake.
Yeah, that's one area that the Spartans have really struggled, both on the offensive and defensive lines.
There's another run by the I believe, no, that's not the track. That is number 4 is the track athlete.
Between 4, 2,
They're all
and 1, I'm
fast.
pretty sure they're all pretty good.
Probably multiple track athletes there. It's just that number 4 Moore is a really good track athlete.
Looks like we're going to get a lot of this same formation here. Trips to the near side, tight end, and a running back in the back.
Yeah, it seems like
Another
Plainfield
handoff.
North is pretty content to keep the ball on the ground. And
There they
the
go.
ball came loose, but the play was already blown dead. And so that's going to give
It's
the
a 3rd and
Tigers,
1,
yeah,
3rd
and
and
1.
inches. Get that scoreboard to say inches. I think for this half, I mean, I being a coach myself, you being the coach yourselves, and we've all been on the side of, something this lopsided before. You try thinking about what you kind of tell your team, and at this point, you're almost just saying take it quarter by quarter, try to win each quarter, each play,
Sure.
something like that. Oh, he
Yeah,
just
you got
runs
to get
through.
the little things, and so that's another nice run by Plainfield North, number 2, Cregan.
We had a chance to bring them down about 3-4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They're just too powerful to be stopped by one of us.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30. We're halfway through the 3rd quarter.
And the Plainfield North again is just, they're going to keep that ball on the ground. They don't need to make any long plays. They don't need anything spectacular. They just
No.
need to keep the clock running. I mean, well, it will keep running anyway.
I'm sure, like on their end, they're probably looking at, keeping the ball on the ground. But they're probably also trying to, they don't want anybody to get hurt,
Yeah.
or even on both sides.
Well, yeah, you never want people to get hurt.
And there's a run by a new running back I don't think we've seen yet today, number 25, Shane McGrail.
26, Canyon Bauer.
I'm done calling numbers. Let's just put it
So
that
that was
way.
number 26, Canyon Bowman.
That looked like 25 all day.
Long.
I'm done
That's
calling
funny.
numbers,
Second,
man.
14.
Number 25. Wait, no, that's number 26.
You can just wait for Mr. Joyce to read
Yeah,
it out.
right.
That's all right, he
I
thinks
saved
it's number
myself some
26. I
embarrassment.
got number 26.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's funny. So another
They were
on the
attacking the
ground,
wrong
and
man.
there is another nice run. That is by number 26.
Let's give a shout out to number 25, though.
Yeah, might as well.
He's having a
Shane McGrail.
great game today.
Mr. McKinney.
Probably loves it because it says that he's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, hand off the ball to him. Hand him the ball.
So the Tigers are 1st and 9 at the 9. I should say 1st and goal at the 9. So 4:24 and counting.
Scoreboard also didn't say goal.
Yeah.
We did inches and goal.
Some scoreboards do say to go, though,
True.
instead of goal. Oh, what a move again on 1 and 2. Breaks the tackle. Oh,
He's going to be just short
again,
of the end zone.
Just look at how many of our defensive players it takes to stop him. And that just goes to show you the type of athletes they have over there.
The Plainfield North section is lighting up, literally. Now that everyone has a cell phone, flashlights on him.
It's taken over the lighter era. It's the new lighter era now.
A
If
little
you've ever
bit.
been to a new concert.
You don't go to concerts too
Yeah.
often and see lighters.
Yeah.
I mean, every now and then you still see
Well-
somebody holding that lighter up. But
There were lighters at the Green Day concert, but it wasn't for waving it back and forth.
Oh, there's a nice little tackle right there, pushing him way back about 5-6 yards there.
So that's going to put the Tigers at about 3rd and 6.
Quincy Winters.
So they did lose a couple yards on that, which is if you're the Spartans defense, you got to take that. And
But again, it was a gang tackle. I mean, it's
it
one
takes
on
a lot
one.
of
We
people to
can't
take him
hang.
down.
3rd goal at the 5-yard line.
So we got that Twins formation. I mean, this has been,
Every
for the
play,
most part,
yeah.
been the same formation that Plainfield North has run. And there's a quick pitch over to number 2, and he is going to fall into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Plainfield North.
Well, their offense has not slowed down. Let's put it that way. I mean, they had one negative play. I think that's the first negative play of the whole game for them. I mean, they look good. You know, coming off of the game of Oswego, they look good. I mean, I'm trying to pull up who they have next week, but my phone's kind of dying down here. I'm trying to see when their next big marquee game is. What was the score of the Manuka game, by the way?
Manuka.
Because that's the only other team
There
besides the Oswego's.
hasn't been a score posted Manuka against Plainfield East. I'll try to refresh and
I
see.
want to say
if-
it was 7-6 Manuka, which is weird. Like a lot of the scores besides the Joliet Central one.
It is. Right now it is 7-0 Manuka.
Oh, there you go.
The kick was
They're
good.
all really close games besides the Oswego versus Joliet Central game. They all seem within like 1 or 2 scores.
Well, here's an interesting score you don't see too often.
2-0.
Lincoln Way East has 28, but Andrew has 2.
So there was. There's your safety, buddy.
Yeah.
7-0.
It's not a typical score you see. And Sandburg has put a touchdown on the board against Bolingbrook. So they're cutting into Bolingbrook's lead. And St. Pat's has tied it up against Joliet Catholic. So it's 14 up. And we've got a score on the St. Rita Providence
Just
game.
about to ask about that.
Yeah,
one.
it's the first time I've seen it. 7-0 St. Rita over Providence.
Yeah, our very own Stefanski's at that game watching his son. That's why we lost him as a commentator, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Opened up the job for me, so a little bit of a side thank you, I guess.
Well, we'd rather have you up here.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate that.
So kick
Deep
underway. And Adado,
I would have let that one. Nah, I don't know if I would have let that one bounce or not, but
and
It's-
he is going to bring it out to the 17 before he was wrestled down.
so now if the Spartans do get it in within the 40 points, if now they get a touchdown and if the kick is good, if they're down by 39, does the clock continue to keep?
Yeah,
running?
once
Okay.
even if they roared back and it was like 47-40,
Yeah.
it would still be running clock. Once you hit that mark of being 40 points up, it's automatically
return.
running clock
Yep.
for the rest of the game.
All right. And the
It's
short
a
gain,
dotto,
if
yeah.
any.
Looks like now Adado's going to get a couple of
Number 2,
carries
Anthony
here while we
Adams
saw a
carry.
lot of Burge there in the first half, which honestly didn't do that bad. The couple runs he had, he looked like he was averaging about 3 yards per carry.
Yeah, picked up some good yards.
2nd and 8.
We've had some nice plays today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just once again the consistency. You know, we have a nice play and then get a sack.
You know, last week was turnovers, which it looked like, as I say that, we get a bad snap. But it looked like we started to take care of the ball a little bit. We had that one interception, which, again, was like a 40-yard throw. And then the other one, we had that real bad mishap on the punt that netted 3-4 yards. I mean, other than that, those were the only mistakes. It's just Plainfield North, you got to be able to stop them. I mean, if you go one-on-one with them, they're way too strong and powerful. You got to have a team tackle on them.
So less than a minute remaining in this third quarter now, and the Spartans do have possession, but they are in third down. So if you're the Spartans right now, you got to get that first down just to keep the ball at this point.
We got trips here to the near side. Cam's going to drop back. Nice pass there to Burge on a slant run. He's taking a couple Tigers with him there. They were pulling his jersey and everything. That's a nice pickup of about 20 yards. See, that was the play we were doing there in the beginning of the first quarter that was working so effectively. Let's see if we go back to that. Those little short slant runs, passes were doing pretty good. So let's see what we come out with here. First down, right around midfield.
Most likely the last play of the third quarter.
Now we got 2 wide receivers to the far side. Looks like Sir Mohammed isolated down on the near. Looks like he's going to find him. He's got him beat. Oh, just right outside of his reach.
And that will end the third quarter with Plainfield North having a 47-0 lead.
I mean, that was a time where Cam was able to set his feet and get a throw, and it just was just out of Sir's reach there. I mean, that would have been a great play. Had him beat down the outside. I mean, what I've seen is when we line up in those coverages where we stack one side, overload one side, and put a single out on the other, you get a lot of one-on-one coverage. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe it's because we're constantly under pressure that we don't
help.
take that chance. But I feel like our wide receivers, have a lot of these cornerbacks and numbers here. So let's see if we come out. I would be okay going back to that type of throw right out of this quarter here.
Another thing is just being able to find a gap in Plainfield North's defensive line, because they've been coming in and putting a lot of pressure on Neely to get that throw off quick. So it's hard to get those throws downfield when you really don't have that much time to get yourself set.
And the way to defeat that is those quick slant throws. But I mean, what we've seen is we drop a lot of easy passes at times, which that
couple
puts
times
you in
the receivers weren't even looking at the quarterback.
You got you get yourself in long yardage situations. All right, beginning of the fourth quarter here. Spartans have the ball at the 47. There's that quick slant again. That looks like number 80.
Timothy Rodriguez was able to grab that one before he was taken down.
I think that's the first time we've called his name. It's a nice grab. Pickup of about 7 there. It's going to be second or third down and 3.
I think it's his second or third reception, actually.
You got the stats?
All in.
Oh, okay.
They're right.
Hey, who am I to, say anything? I'm over here saying number 25, a defensive back, is the running back, for crying out loud, or linebacker. So, I mean, again, here's that type of formation where we got Kerwin isolated on the near side. It's a handoff to Adato, and he's going to take a couple and get a nice first down there.
On a 3rd and 3, picks up a nice first down.
Little confused there. We pick up the first down, and the Plainfield North fans kind of went crazy. I don't know what that was all about. But then again, they got a whole bunch of themed things going on over there. I was noticing, I was looking at our fan section. They were doing some roller coaster type of cheer, I guess you could say, where somebody leads where everybody's leaning to. I've seen it on YouTube a couple times.
Yeah, I really like those. I like participating in those. And
here's a quarterback sneak here by Cam, and he's going to pick up a first down as well for about 13 yards.
So nice run by Cam Neely.
Good for another Spartan first down.
So we're putting a nice few plays together.
And then here's the thing. Can you finish? Can you keep the momentum and actually put some points on the board? If you remember last week, we got the ball twice within the 10, and, just simple mistakes cost us points to keep us in the game.
A fumble and a
bad snap.
Bad snap and a fumble.
Here's
So
that
another
quick
quick
out
slant.
again.
Oh,
and
drop by
that's
the
what I was
receiver.
talking about. That's what kills the momentum.
Yeah, in and out of the hands.
That's how you beat when you don't give your quarterback enough time. You do those quick slants. So Gibson has the right mentality. It's just we got to be able to execute it.
So unfortunately, that falls incomplete, and so that's going to put the Spartans at 2nd and 10. We've got just under 10 minutes remaining. So Neely back in the gun, pistol formation. He's going to hand off. Oh, he keeps it, and he breaks free, and he is going to be shoelace tackle knocked down at about the 5. So a nice keeper by Cam Neely, and there is a laid flag.
I have a feeling it came from our end, which might symbolize unsportsmanlike conduct or something like that, because it was way after the play was over. Yep, there it is, unsportsmanlike conduct on us here. So that's going to negate a nice run there by Cam Neely to get us within, 10-yard line there. And we're going to go ahead and truck back 15 yards, bringing us pretty much right back to where we were.
After the penalties marked up,
we won't get a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'm confused here because it says 2nd and 10. So it looks
they're
like the
still
refs
trying
don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make sure that the ball is marked
This
properly.
should be a first down because
I
the
think
play happened after.
Yeah, that's right.
Correct. And so, yes, I believe that is correct.
So there you go. The markers on the far side are adjusting to the
So
new
instead of
line
having a 1st and goal at the 5, it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 20 due to the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Spartans at the 20-yard line.
And there's another quick out.
And that's
There's
to
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Picks up nice yardage down to about the 8.
Pass complete, number 8, Timmy Rodriguez.
Somebody's going to
10-yard
fact
line.
check me
First
one
goal,
day
Spartans.
watching this. Mr.
We're
Stroh's
all-
going to get an email, be like, who do you have calling these games that he can't get how many times? Like, get the stats right.
We need some better talent up here. Where do they get these commentators?
Stefanski calls in and just does the whole thing from the phone. You hold the phone up to the microphone.
Just watches the live stream. It might be a little delayed, but he'll get it.
All right, so here we go. 1st and goal from the 9. First time the Spartans have been here all game. Neely's going to take it, fake the handoff to Adato, and he's got a man on the
got
outside.
a man,
Oh.
and just
Just
a little
overthrown.
bit too much.
I'm not even going to try to attempt to see who that was for because I cannot read the number.
I was Sir
It
Muhammad,
looked like
I
8.
believe. Yeah, that's what I think.
All right.
Let's see. We can see him running back from. That might be a 3. I don't know.
Move your hands, buddy.
That's 8.
It is.
That's
an
8.
8. Okay,
8.
we were right.
All right, good.
All right. 1 for 25.
2nd and goal for the Spartans at the 9-yard line.
You've had some zingers today, buddy. I'll tell you that. My favorite one is when you said, it is halftime. And
Yeah,
then you stopped.
my brain just kind of gave up after that one.
That one was good, man.
That's why I struggle
Do you have
writing
a
essays.
second thought to that statement?
No. That's why my essays just take so long. I get like, oh, nope.
Anthony Adato brought down at the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal.
Fashion week. It's fashion week.
I think he might be on the wrong, what do you want to call it, theme night, possibly.
It is fashion week, so
All right, so here we go. 3rd and 10. It'd be nice to get some points on. Do you take the field goal? Do you get your kicker out there to get some tries in from some distance? Neely drops back here. He's got some time, got some pressure
He's
now.
under duress,
He's
gets
gonna
it
put
into the
in.
end zone,
Oh.
and it falls incomplete.
Almost
There
looked
were
like he
two
was between
receivers
two
there.
receivers,
Yeah.
yeah.
The end zone intended for number 8, Sir Muhammad. 4th and goal.
So it looks like the Spartans are going to go for it here on 4th and goal. So next week's going to be a little bit different for the Spartans. They're going to go on the road against Joliet West, but the game is on Saturday,
Ooh, why is
not
that?
on Friday.
Is it like a game of the week kind
I
of thing?
believe I'm going to assume that it might be Joliet West homecoming game.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be a 1 o'clock start for the varsity.
my freshman year homecoming game was moved to Saturday afternoon because Friday night was so rainy that
Yeah.
we couldn't even do it.
That's
Oh.
right. And
That
so
is-
Neely goes down on 4th and 10,
There's a flag right
and
there.
that's going to be a change of possession.
I feel like there's unsportsmanlike conduct here on number 80 from Plainfield North. A little shove in the back after the play was done. So we might get another set of downs here. Our awesome officials are going to huddle up and talk about this. Unless maybe it's that whole thing that the play's over, change of downs has already happened, so maybe it'll be assessed on their offensive turn. So if that's the case, Plainfield North will take over, but they'll be deep into their zone, half the distance at the 5.
And the clock is still running, so they do. They're running the time down,
So as
which happens anyway.
so as Romeoville goes on the road against Joliet West, Plainfield North is going to be playing Manuka next
See,
week.
and I think that could be a good game. From what I've seen, I mean, I don't care really who you are out there. Plainfield North looks flipping good. I think Minooka is going to be, if you ask me, one of the top 5 teams in the conference from what I've seen of some of the scores. And, of course, I'm a little bit biased being, a fellow Indian myself. So where's it at? Is it at North or is it at Minooka?
That I am not sure.
Because Minooka now is one of the 2 only teams now without turf. So, I mean, if you've ever gone from turf and grass, it is a huge difference.
Well, we actually do have the ball. There was a penalty assessed, and the Spartans have the ball, and we will get a fresh set of downs.
I don't get. I'm not. It
Unless
happened,
he said 4th and 10.
I don't know. Like, help me out here, Ralstep. The unsportsmanlike foul happened after the play.
Yeah.
So did the ball not turn over?
Correction.
It is a first.
On the Spartans, 1st and 10, Plainfield North.
Oh,
Okay,
so
there
the
was a-
unsportsmanlike was on the Spartans.
It can't be because the ball's on the 5.
Well, at that point, it would be half the distance to the goal.
If it was on us, it would have been on the 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Timeout
So they brought it-
Spartans, their first of the half. They have 2 minutes.
Do you see what I mean?
Wait a second.
All right.
So the
Either
ball
of
was
you
on the
have
10. It was 4th
Stefanski's
and
number?
10. It was 4th and 10.
We got sacked.
We got sacked. So somehow the ball got pushed back to the 5. So if it's on us, there's no way that ball could have gone to the 5.
We're getting information from the other side of the booth.
Got a little Top Gun going on now.
That's what the information was. Okay.
That was the information. Been looking forward to this song
I
to be
believe
playing
they
the
are.
whole time.
Aren't they remaking that movie?
I heard they were trying to do a Top Gun 2.
Yeah. Top
Hopefully.
Gun again?
Yeah. With, yeah.
Tom Cruise still?
I believe so.
Yeah, he was going to
But
be
I
like
think,
one of the elder
I think
ones.
he's
or
going to be
something.
like one of
Yeah.
the instructors
Exactly.
or something like that.
I hate when they try doing that to some of these movies, though, where they
Everything is
like Grease.
Yeah.
Grease 1 was awesome. Why you need to have Grease 2? I didn't like it.
To try to make money.
Yeah, true. I mean, look at the Saw series.
What, is there
You know
6?
what?
There's-
I enjoyed those movies though.
Wait, you know the new one coming out called Jigsaw looks
Wait,
pretty
they're
good.
doing another one?
The Jigsaw. It's just called Jigsaw this time.
Really? Wow.
The Jigsaw 2 will be the following year.
Yeah, I guess so. So that was a pitch out. It's going to be a very minimal gain for the Tigers.
So, I had a little field reporter down there go ahead and talk to the Plainfield North coach. They said that Plainfield North is going to be traveling to Minooka next week, right? They don't even see Minooka as the team to beat right now. They say that, they're already looking forward to the other powerhouse, Oswego East.
Yeah.
I hate when you do that at times. I feel that when you start overlooking other opponents, no matter who they are, I mean, it turns out to be a bigger challenge than what you thought it should have been,
Absolutely. I don't think there's really any team that you should ever look over because, hey, you never know what might happen on any given, in this case, Friday night.
Quincy winners.
Soon to be Saturday afternoon.
I'm sure the Indians will use that as
fuel, definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
So, past 2-minute mark of the 4th quarter, Spartans down 47-0. Let's see if they can get maybe.
Let's get a turnover. How
Yeah,
about
let's
that?
get
Let's
pick
force a
6.
fumble or something.
Let's get a pick 6. But they're probably not going to throw the ball.
At this point, I would imagine not. So that's going to be a first down for the Tigers.
With a minute 30 to go here. Probably get about, 3 more plays in? 4? I'm not sure what we got on the clock there. It's, 35 seconds, right?
Depending on how quick the refs want to spot the ball.
That's a
and,
good point.
They're taking
Shout
their
out to the
time.
refs, man. I
They're
mean,
taking
like,
their
they were
time,
very
you know.
efficient today. Very few flags. They let them play a little bit today. There's another
Yeah, there
handoff.
was very few penalties.
Right here at the end was pretty much the most, and where just people are getting a little chippy, tempers are kind of high.
2 unsportsmanlikes in the second half. There was the offsides in the first quarter.
All up here. All up here. I like it.
I'm trying to. There was one more, but maybe 2 more. 1 or 2 more.
So this right here might be the last play of the game.
I would say it's probably a good safe bet.
I think if there's one thing to take out of this game, it is Plainfield North looks really good. You know, and I think they're going to be definitely a contender.
They're going to be, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely. Next week will definitely be a good test for them heading into Oswego East somehow down the road. So,
yeah. So the final seconds are running off as Plainfield North walks away here with a 47-0 lead over the Spartans. And so next week, the Spartans are going to go on the road at Joliet West. Saturday at 1 o'clock as Plainfield North will be playing the Minooka Indians. So back in 2 weeks, we'll be back here for a home game as
it's gonna be
it'll be homecoming week.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So in 2 weeks is our homecoming. Next week we're at Joliet West, and then we have the homecoming game in 2 weeks. So we'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way the Spartans' way tonight, but we'll live for another week, and we'll get back at it for Joliet West.
Exactly.
So thank you for tuning in tonight, and keep supporting the Spartans.
Exactly. Great to be here again. I love doing this. It's awesome with you, RHSTV. Justin, a pleasure as always. So
Same with you guys.
They really want us to see our faces out there. Justin, get your face out there real quick.
Well, this really one.
Yeah. Wave
right.
to the camera, all your fans down there.
Oh, yeah. I have lots of fans. That's the only reason people are here, right?
All right.
Not the football.
We'll see you back in 2 weeks. Have a safe night.
All right, lock the door.